Well, right now I'm looking for the dead or unhealthy limbs, and they're very easy. If you find a completely dead limb, they come right off. You don't want to pull too soon. I mean, unless they have like a disease, but this isn't disease. This just is older leaves. And let's see, like right there was another limb, and it dried out, so I was able to pull that. We try to make sure there's nothing on the plants that will make them try to give nutrients to a unhealthy or overexposed or old limb. But when it comes to tomatoes and stuff, I try to wear a glove just in case, because you do want to examine the leaves to make sure they don't have anything. Because if they have something, there are manageable things you can do. I mean, some of these tomatoes were sick when I first got them. Those ones I did not grow, they were bought. And as you can see, there are a few that are really small in the back compared to these. And they were all the same size. But those ones did not get enough, obviously. And they were sick, and it stunted them. They're still alive, so I always give my plants a fighting chance. It doesn't matter if I think they're going to produce or not, because you never know. I mean, look at this tiny little cucumber that decided it was going to stay super tiny. You see that? It's trying to flower now. These ones were the ones that, for some reason, they just stunted. And I have not found the reason yet, but it's not a food reason. And looking at the orange bell peppers, I'm going to say that there's a possibility I need to put more nutrient dense soil in there, especially seeing I can see sand in there now, which means I didn't put the soil deep enough to counteract the porous ground. Sometimes I'll lay like a liner under it before I create the garden and make sure, but I wanted to make sure they grew deep because you want them to grow like that. And I'm pretty sure in the back the reason it's like that and the reason you have the sand is because I didn't go nearly as deep and it's pushing it up. But as you can see, I definitely did refurbish the soil. I didn't just use the porous soil. Feeling it, it's plenty moist. So that's not the problem. They're getting plenty of water. They just, I think, have too much sand. So we're going to see if we can mix a little more soil through it and steal my handy dandy spoon that I use back. But that's where we're at right now. I am going to show you more after a little bit. But like I said, you see that? I'll see. Usually it just takes a very gentle touch and it comes off. If you have to rip them off, they're not ready to come off. You might want to just leave it. And if they have some sort of fungus, you're going to want to take neem or something and see if you can't get rid of the fungus. I think what I need to do though is put the soil deeper in the middle. As you can see at the sides, the soil's deep enough, but in the middle it kind of spread out like that, which is a little weird, but it tells me a lot about how the ground is sitting. So hold your horses. I'll be back.